DJ, be joining you here today for a cast in the Champions League because it is back. I know I was not available yesterday for the Champions League return, which we did have Liverpool defeating Leipzig by 2-0 and a 4-1 drubbing coming out of PSG against Barcelona, who, have been on a bit of a run. Barcelona, they've been looking better, but still, I think in a lot of people's opinions, a shell of their former selves. And I think that was shown to be true yesterday, just not quite at the level of Paris Saint-Germain. But we are available today, and I'm very, very excited for the Champions League to come back. And one thing in particular, I know it says here that I'm doing the Dortmund-Sevilla game. I'll probably be focusing any of my casting on the Dortmund-Sevilla game, but because I think there might be a little more action in that game. Dortmund have been very up and down. Sevilla have a very good defender in Jules, blanking on the name, Jules Koundé, very highly sought after. Will be going up against Erling Haaland, who, of course, the wonder kid of basically all of Europe. So I'm pretty excited for that matchup. I also think that Juve versus Porto will be a bit of a controlled win for Juventus. I think they'll win. My guess, my score prediction is 2-0, but could be 1, could be 2, could be 3. I don't think they'll have too much trouble with Porto. However, I do have both of the matches up on my screen simultaneously. So while I will be focusing mostly on Dortmund, I will be providing you some updates and commentary about what is happening in the Juventus Porto game as well. So don't. Maybe my coverage of it won't be perfect, but I will keep you abreast of that information as well. So do keep that one in mind. I'll be giving you both because I'll be watching both. So why not just give you both? 1 second here, and I will run through the lineups really quick. I do need to pull up the lineups for the other game, but let's run through the Dortmund and the Sevilla lineups really quickly. Sevilla, Bono in goal. Jesus Navas going to start at right back. 1 second, where did it go? There it is. Jules Koundé, Diego Carlos, Sergio Escudero going to go across the back four. Then in midfield, we will have John Jordan, Fernando, Ivan Rakitic, of course, back from Barcelona after started with Sevilla, went to Barcelona, now back at Sevilla, is a big fan favorite there. Suso, Youssef En-Nesyri, and Alejandro Gomez will lead the line for Sevilla. And for the likes of Dortmund, as we do take a look, it will be Hitz in goal. More Akanji, Mats Hummels, Rafael Guerrero across the back four. Dahoud, Chan, Bellingham going to make up the midfield trio with Sancho, Royce, and Haaland, of course, leading the front three. If you look over to the lineup for Juventus, I can call it here since it's on screen. It'll be Alexandro, Chiellini, Delight, Danilo, Chiesa, Rabiot, Betancourt, McKinney, Ronaldo, and Kulusevski leading the line with Szczesny in goal. Give me 1 second here, and I can look up the lineup for Porto. Like I said, since that's not the game I'll be focusing on, I'll be a little slow with that one. Augustin Marchesin in goal, Wilson Manafa, Chancel Mbemba, Pepe, Zaidu Sanusi, Jesus Corona, Matsus Uribe, Sergio Oliveira, Otavio Musa Marega, and Mehdi Taremi will play for the likes of Porto. It looks like they're setting up in a bit of a 4-4-2. So it'll be Taremi and Marega leading the line with Otavio, Oliveira, Uribe, and Corona in the midfield. Sanusi, Pepe, and Mbemba, Manafa, the back four. And of course, Pepe will be up against his old buddy Ronaldo today in that matchup. So do keep your eyes on those two. So we're just about to get ready on the dual kickoffs. Of course, this will be the first of the two-leg ties. We don't really have some of the intrigue provided by, say, the group stage that we had earlier on. It won't be a match week 4, won't be a match week whatever. There won't be new game. It's just these two teams going against each other in a home and away leg. The first leg here for Juventus will be a leg in Portugal, in Porto's home stadium. Same can be said for Dortmund as they find themselves away in Spain at Sevilla. Yesterday, Liverpool was winning away. 2 goals scored at RB Leipzig and an away win for PSG as well. Those 4 goals, all away goals. And of course, the away goals have that weighting over the home goals. So both those teams in very, very strong positions to advance. And we'll see if either of these teams make very strong cases for themselves as well. The one sort of negative about this is actually, I guess I can do this. Here's what I'll do. Move this over here. I'll maximize this. And we will still drop this down for the scoreboard. How's that? We'll drop that down for the scoreboard. I will just keep the other game on my other screen. And we'll go from there. Here's Dortmund coming forward, but that one's lightly headed away. Chased down by Royce. He gets it over to the right back. That's cleared away. Sevilla struggling to clear this one outside the box. And meanwhile, on the other end, I was talking about Juventus having a controlled win, but it's Porto who have scored in the opening 2 minutes of the match. 1 minute and 5 seconds in, Porto have opened the scoring at their home stadium against favored Juventus. Gonna have to check the replay here. The back pass comes to Szczesny. He cuts it back, goes for a ball to the center back. Oh my word, it's just terrible. I'm not sure who's giving this away. I need a better view. Is that Chiellini? It's not Chiellini. It's it's Betancourt. He just leaves a short pass inside the box. It forces Szczesny into a sliding challenge. He doesn't win the sliding challenge. It bounces back off the Porto striker and goes into the net. What a disastrous start for Juventus as they find themselves behind to Porto in the opening minute on a huge mistake by Betancourt. Waiting to see the official scorer of that goal. It is Taremi in the 2nd minute. Back to Dortmund, Sevilla. Oh man, I might be wrong again with my match picking. I just cannot seem to get them correct with which games are going to be more exciting. But we'll see if Dortmund can help me out here. As Haaland trying to streak in behind, but that one easily going to be collected by the goalkeeper. Bono will pick that one up pretty safely. It's a decent idea from Dortmund trying to slide their talisman in behind, but not quite enough room for Haaland to work there. Of course, notable in the absence for Dortmund is Gio Reyna. Will be available for this first tie of the two legs. Carlos out to Escudero. He'll move it forward. It's a good turn by Rakitic. This comes bouncing back off a Dortmund player, and it is turned over. Bellingham, I believe, sliding it out. My quality on my game here is kind of crap. I'm not exactly sure why, but it is really, really fuzzy feed. I can barely make out the players. So do apologize about that, but there's not a whole lot I can do, I think, about the quality of the feed. Oh, and another terrible turnover in the Juventus game. They are really getting themselves in some trouble. Looks like Porto is playing a high press style, so might be partially why Juventus has looked so flustered in the early stages, but it seems to be working to some effect, so expect Porto to continue. Again, do want to apologize. I'll be particularly ineffective at identifying players in the Porto Juventus game. I don't know Porto very well. And like I said, the feed's not great, so it's hard for me to pick out the numbers. It'll be a little slow for me with Sevilla as well. I do know the Dortmund players a little bit better, but there are a couple starting that I don't see a lot of. Here's Guerrero. Guerrero will slide one out. That's to Morey. He'll look over the top, but that's way too far for Haaland. Out with it comes Conde, of course, the target of several clubs around Europe. Sevilla have been known to sell before, bit of a selling club. Sure, players come through, but I'm sure they will hold out for quite a good price tag. They've been known to sell very, very well. They do excellent business at Sevilla, and I'm sure they'll know the value of a center back like Conde. French international has been absolutely outstanding for them this season. We just saw another French international, Dayot Upamecano, committing his future to Bayern Munich, which will only bolster the team that I think most people in Europe are currently trying to catch. So not a thrilling development for most of the competitive clubs in the European scene. See a simple foul on Suso here by Chan. There is Edin Terzic, manager of Dortmund, and unfortunately for him, similar to his predecessor, Lucien Favre, things not going perfectly at Dortmund. Very up and down form, not doing particularly well in the league at the moment, and now back in the Champions League, up against a tough side in Sevilla. I've been punching above their weight a little bit in La Liga and Europe. Here's a cross coming in from the right-hand side that's knocked away. I believe that was Suso serving that one in. Now it's Rakitic looking for a ball over the top. He's picked out Suso very well. Now chipped into the box over the top back post. There's a header still bouncing around, but Hummels will clear it away. I believe that was Carlos rising highest initially, but couldn't get his header down. It wasn't really dangerous, just kind of floating around. It's Papu Gomez. I'm going to leave this one. It'll be Escudero walking up to take it. There is En-Nesyri. Pressure by Royce. Good passing by Sevilla. Lovely ball out to the right-hand side. Suso cutting it back on his left. He wants to strike it there. Gets it back on his right. Takes the strike. It deflects and it's in. Suso has scored in the 7th minute of play. And what a start for both Sevilla and Porto. Likely the two teams who were underdogs coming into the matchups today. And it's Suso off of a huge deflection, able to beat hits and open the scoring. Sevilla taking a 1-0 lead in the 7th minute. And it is that man, Suso, of course, known for the left foot, and he uses that to his advantage in this situation. He cuts it back onto the left, baits in the overcommitment from Sancho, who leaves his feet, cuts it back onto his right, takes the strike, and we'll have to see who this deflects off of. It actually comes off of Hummels' left foot, and that is the deflection that beats hits. You can see here, that's poor defending by Sancho, really jumping at all is really a bad move if you are a defender. It completely commits you. It leaves you wide open to the cutback, and I think he's okay with that because, again, Suso, very, very left-footed player, very good on that left foot, extremely technically gifted, but you're usually happy to give him the right foot, but unfortunately for the likes of Sancho, Mats Hummels, and Dortmund, it comes back off of Mats Hummels' left foot. It beats hits, and it gives Sevilla the early lead here in Spain. This one cleared by Bono is controlled by Sevilla. It's Papu Gomez looking for a crossfield ball. It's headed down by Guerrero. Suso there to collect it first. He'll knock it back to his support in Jesus Navas. Jesus Navas, of course, once a right winger for Manchester City. He played there a bit for Barcelona, if I'm not mistaken. Has now been withdrawn into that right back role as his age catches up with him. Not quite the pace he once had as a younger player. He did have quite blistering pace back in the day. Good sliding challenge in by Moray will take it away. Here's Chan, sporting a nice man bun today. Also, guys, if you are out there and normally tune into me, I know I try to keep things relatively professional with my broadcasting, but you know, I have recently gotten enough film to be pretty happy with what I need to apply to broadcasting jobs, and so I'll probably be a little bit more chill about, you know, following along, being like exact with my calls. I'll probably focus on being a little more diverse and hanging out with chat as well. So, you know, if you don't like that, please feel free to let me know, but I will just try to give you updates about what's going on and just be a little less I guess production professional. Yeah, I should really stop that. Dortmund in possession at the moment. They've shifted it out to the left hand side with Guerrero. Now here's Sancho. Two Sevilla players here to defend him. Of course, don't want to give Jadon Sancho a lot of space. Can always punish you with his pace, with his ability. Here's Sancho again, completely stood up by Suso. Lays it out to Guerrero. He's driving forward, but look at all the white shirts. Going to block that pass away. Oh, that's a poor outlet pass. I believe that one was from Fernando, aiming towards Suso and just completely mishit it. So now back in the defense are Sevilla. Dortmund have moved it back. It's Hummels sliding it over to Akanji. Dortmund losing out on the left-hand side of the pitch. Good teamwork by Sevilla in defense. Look very, very sound at the moment. Conde will play that one back. Buono will slide it out to the far side, but it's well read by More, who just kind of feints that he's going to trap it and then just allows it to run out of play for a Dortmund throw. Throw in from Moraes, taken away by Sevilla. There's Suso in a good pocket of space in the midfield, but you see not a lot of options in advance of him. The only one really, Ivan Rakitic, but now good work by Sevilla. They've moved it up the left-hand side. It's Papu Gomez. Back to Jordan. Over to Conde. He'll lay it out to Navas. Comes back to Conde. Escudero. Jordan. Tries a reverse pass that's deflected. Still with Sevilla. Confident in possession are this Sevilla side. Jordan going to put a crossfield ball in, but that one not enough drive. It floats a little bit too high. Sancho able to easily head it down, and ooh, Sancho going to go right through the legs of Jesus Navas. He's going to continue his run. Lay it out to Rafael Guerrero. Crossed into the box over the head of Conde, over the head of everybody, and that one's just going to roll out towards the near touchline where Papu Gomez will shield it away from More for a throw in to Sevilla. Here's that goal once again. Suso cutting it on the left, of course, has a wand of a left foot, can make some magic happen. He cuts it back after an overzealous commitment from Jadon Sancho to block the initial shot, and then gets a very, very fortuitous deflection off of Mats Hummels to carry it past Hitz. But you're not going to complain if you are Suso and Sevilla. You will take that deflection and any goal you can get. This is the Champions League knockout stages, round of 16. And it's win or go home in these two legs. You take every stroke of luck you can get. You take every good play you can get and every good performance. There is no room for error in these matches really anymore. Dortmund moving forward. Haaland laying it out to Sancho. He's driving inside the box. Good footwork from Sancho. Gets by two. He almost gets blocked off by his own teammate. I think Haaland coming to try to support him sort of gets in his way. Now Sevilla trying to come away with it. Looks like someone has been upended here on the Sevilla side. Not exactly sure who it is just yet. He's slow to get to his feet. I think a couple Sevilla players appealing for an early booking for Marco Reus, as it is Jordan going down there. But yeah, it doesn't look too much more than a normal foul. And looks like Sevilla's already given it back to Dortmund as we've been watching that replay. Good defending from... That's Navas helping out there. He'll be upended by Reus once again. It'll be a free kick to Sevilla. You can see him right here. It's great work by Jesus Navas. Sees the danger, sees the run in the channel for Marco Reus, just gets infield fast enough to intercept the pass, get his body in the way. And once you have that body between Reus and the ball, very hard for Reus to get there without fouling Navas. Kanji. Look back to Hitz. Bit of a loose pass there in the midfield from Dahoud, and now a shot from Sevilla, but that one's dragged wide. That was Fernando having a pop. Here's Dortmund at the other end. Ball bouncing around. It's falling to Haaland. Now here's Sancho trying to get some space. He'll take a strike. This one deflects. But fortunately for Sevilla, this one comes out of the box. Good defending by Sevilla. Multiple bodies in the way. Sevilla coming the other way. It's Escudero. Sorry, talking to a couple of guys that I work with for esports broadcasting. They're asking for a favor. Not going to be able to do it right now, of course, because we are in the middle of the stream. I do want to let them know that I am here to help after we're done here. And I can help them at halftime too. So sorry if I did miss a play there. Give you a brief update. No score change in the Juventus-Porto match. It's, to my eyes, been still mostly back and forth. I haven't seen a whole lot. Juventus certainly in control of possession. They moved it into the enemy defensive area a couple times, but yet to generate really a good chance. Dortmund moving forward. It's a lovely string of passes. Bellingham gets it out to More, but his cross deflected. Some more good defensive work from Sevilla. That time it's Gomez tracking him all the way back to deflect the cross. Oh boy, and there's Juventus again. It's Betancourt, the man who is responsible for the goal being scored by Porto, who almost gives it away again. Porto really finding a lot of success with this high pressure strategy against Juventus. Let's see, there are 4 or 5 Porto uniforms in the attacking half, sprinting at the ball and forcing Szczesny into clearances. They're basically throwing it down here against Juventus, saying they don't really think. I know that Porto do sometimes play high pressure, but I don't think they play it all the time, and really throwing it down at Juve and saying you're gonna have to prove you can play through us, which they might do here. Nope, too much on that through ball. There's More throwing it in. Haaland, oh my word, Haaland just absolutely bodying a couple Sevilla players to hold on to possession. Here's Dahoud. He's going to have a strike, and what a strike it is from Dahoud! An absolute masterpiece from the holding midfielder as he picks the ball up in midfield and tucks it into the far right side. We're all level in Spain in the 20th minute. Lovely stuff from Dahoud here. That was absolutely marvelous. Mohamed Dahoud. This is a goal. Look at Erling Haaland fighting for possession down on the bottom side of the screen. And then Dahoud picks it up right around the top of the D. He cuts it back onto his right foot. Doesn't get closed down by Fernando. Just unleashes a bullet into the right-hand side of the goal. Look at the curve. Look at the drive on this strike. It's brilliant from Dahoud, and it's past Bono before he can even react, even get close to it. So Dortmund, despite giving up that early goal off of a bad deflection, or really an unfortunate deflection, they have leveled the match. It's Mohamed Dahoud opening the scoring for the yellow and black. Guys, maybe I did it. Maybe I picked the right match. Sevilla coming again through the right-hand side. Fernando. Back to Conde. Conde, excuse me. And Conde's given that one away. Pass from Chan there is deflected. And Sevilla have taken it back now on the left-hand side through Papu Gomez. Sevilla holding possession very nicely, I would say. Dortmund have had their spells with the ball, but Sevilla certainly comfortable on it. A lot of space for Jordan. He's finally closed down. Bit of a cheeky backheel pass from Papu Gomez that does not come off. And now Jadon Sancho streaking the other way up against Conde. He's going to slide one over to Royce. It's a very nice ball to pass for Royce. A little bit short, and now he'll be forced to turn, slow his attack. Here's the cross deflected and will be cleared out for a corner kick at the back post. Big chance for Dortmund to make it too, as you can see the space they have available on the counter after Sevilla come forward in possession. Header away off the corner kick. Hummel's going to loft it over the top. Sancho will collect it. Claims of a handball. Sancho allowed to continue. Good footwork once again from him as he bursts by one, but he is eventually crowded out. That's a poor giveaway by Hummels. There's Conde. Papu Gomez. Still 1-0 in that Porto-Juventus game, so Juventus struggling to find the breakthrough. Mori and Escudero have clashed on the near side of the pitch. Both are down in some pain. Oh, and we got a goal. If it is onside, it's Erling Haaland who's put it away. Dortmund are celebrating. But we will have to keep our eyes on the offside flag, see if this sticks. But once again, it's Erling Haaland always there for the likes of Borussia Dortmund to turn home, to keep them in competitions, to win matches. This man cannot be stopped. Oh, that is just lovely from Dortmund. Haaland just driving forward, lays it to Sancho, who clips it in from behind for him. You can see just continues his run, and this is a brilliant finish. Just no fear, slides in right in front of the goalkeeper, gets his boot on it. It does look to be onside. And Dortmund, after falling behind to that deflection in the 7th minute, have turned things around. It's 2-1 to the yellow and black, to the German side here. In the middle of the first half, right around the 28th minute, and it is that 28th minute in which Dortmund have been given the lead by their talisman, Erling Haaland. Escudero. Rolling it back to Carlos. Now over to Conde. Long switch of play coming from Jordan. But that one headed down well by Mori. Bit of a miscommunication between the goalkeeper and Akanji, but Hitz does manage to get out to the ball in time. Will arrive before En-Nesyri, who we have not heard a lot from today. Our solid in possession have been Sevilla, but they've been unable to involve their front man. As Papu Gomez will poke this one away from Mori, but it will roll out of play for Dortmund throw. Here's Dortmund coming once again. Lovely pass out to the left-hand side. Cut back by Guerrero. Outside of the foot cross looking for Haaland, but that's been deflected and will be collected by Bono. Sevilla. Sorry, 1 second here. I need to take care of something really quick. All right, sorry about that. Kanji. Sevilla have taken it away. Ooh, good layoff in the midfield. Lovely, nice ball for Haaland, who drives one in. Great save by Bueno. That was certainly goal bound from Erling Haaland and required a very strong hand from the Sevilla goalkeeper. Yeah, good fingertips to that one. Pushes it away. It's a strong strike from Haaland on his left foot. Always looking to shoot when that ball arrived in his path. It was a lovely layoff by Dahoud. And here comes the corner kick. Swung in. Header straight up there by Rakitic. It'll go back behind for another corner kick. This one will be taken from the near side. Sancho running over. Looking back at the Porto Juventus game. Still no goals for Juventus, and unfortunately for them, Jorginho Chiellini has come up a little bit lame in that match, has been forced to be substituted off. Now a chance for Dortmund off the corner. I believe that's Hummels who can't keep his strike down as it bounces all the way through the 18-yard box to him at the back post. Yeah, he's trying to, actually, he does get it down, really. He gets over the ball, but just drives it into the turf, and it bounces up over the net. So, just doing the right thing there was Hummels, trying to keep his foot over the ball, but it's a little bit too much over it. That will cause it to bounce harmlessly over the top of Bono's net. Launched over the top by Sevilla. Collected by Suso. He's looking infield for Fernando, but can't connect with him. Rafael Guerrero now being chased down by Suso. It's been poked off him, but has just gone out of play for another Dortmund throw. 36 minutes into this one. Dortmund now with that 2-goal lead, earned for them by Dahoud and Haaland. After going down early to a deflection, allowed Suso's shot to trickle in behind hits. Throw in comes to Nesiri. Excuse me. Again, I'm not going to be perfect with this. Papu Gomez. Carlos. Long crossfield pass from Escudero. That one will be headed behind by Rafael Guerrero. It'll be a corner kick to Sevilla. Here's that corner kick coming from Suso on the far side. Swinging this one in towards Hits. It's a bit low. Gets a little flick on from Conde. Goes straight up in the air. Multiple bodies in the way. Papu Gomez gets a good strike. It bounces off Hummels' head. In comes the header, but too weak is the power on that header from the likes of Carlos, and it will be easily handled by Hits at the end of the day. Now this one a little bit scary for Dortmund. As you can see, Papu Gomez absolutely blasts that ball as it bounces to him at the top of the 18-yard box. Fortunate that it does come off the head of Mats Hummels, goes straight up into the air, and despite a good leap, Carlos can't generate enough power on that looping ball to really get it past the likes of Hits. You see, oh boy, a slip by Conde here inside his own box. Fortunate that that did bounce off of him. It allowed his keeper Bono to come out and pick that one up. And Dahoud getting a bit of a talking to from the referee after this challenge onto Suso. Fernando. Jordan. Conde. Rakitic. Escudero. His pass deflected by Sancho. One's been kept in play, but out comes Bono to pick it up. Sends it right over to Fernando. He'll get it restarted back to Conde, but good pressure by Dortmund. 5 shirts pressing high here. Will force Conde back to Bono. Papu Gomez. Good work by Papu Gomez. Wins out in the challenge against More, and now here comes Escudero. Chan running him down will force him backwards. That will allow More to get back as, bit of a bite in there by Chan, and the free kick will be called as he brings Escudero down. He'll get a warning, and I believe that'll be his last warning before he ends up in the book. Fernando. Rolled out to Papu Gomez. Suso. Carlos. Rakitic. Bit of a short pass from Rakitic. So we have managed to hold on to it for now, but finally a loose touch from Suso will give it back to Rafael Guerrero. Jordan. Nice ball into the feet of Suso. It was a good dummy by Rakitic. Now it's out to the overlapping right back. It's a good cross by Navas, but it's cleared away by Marco Reus, tracking back from the forward position. It will be a corner to Sevilla. Still no updates for you from the Juventus match. I've just seen a lot of fouls from the Porto players onto Juventus players, but that's about it in the last 5 minutes or so. Oh my, wow. Okay, we almost had an update for you in that match. Corner kick came in. Initially a very good header at the back post. I'm not sure from exactly who. I'll tell you here in a second. I think it might have been Kulusevski. Bounced off his own player, but it bounced into the path of Rabiot, who went up for a bicycle kick. Got good contact on it, but the keeper for Porto makes an excellent stop. Keep that match in Porto's favor. Dortmund coming forward once again through Sancho. One poked away from him by Fernando. It'll roll out of play. Rafael Guerrero taking responsibility for the throw. Look into the feet of Dahoud. Kanji. Hummels. Lofting one over the top to nobody in particular. Yellow shirts around, and Bono will just pick it up for free. He'll lob one out to Escudero on the near touchline. Into the feet of Jordan. Kunde. Rakitic. Escudero. Papu Gomez. Slides one out to Kunde. All the way back to Buono. Dortmund now moving up the field, sensing the opportunity, trying to pinch Sevilla. Papu Gomez is composed. Gets away from the challenge of Bellingham. Ooh, that's a loose pass, though. It's been given away. And now it's a 3-on-1 for Dortmund. Here's Marco Reus laying it to Erling Haaland. And Erling Haaland makes no mistake with that one. Slotting it in with his left foot into the left-hand side of the goal. There's nothing Bono can do about it. And Dortmund find themselves in a 3-1 lead in the 44th minute of play. And after a brilliant start from the goal by Suso for Sevilla, they have found themselves absolutely blitzed by the offensive power of Borussia Dortmund and that man Erling Haaland. It's good pressure from Dortmund. They take it away at midfield. It's a 3-on-1 in the counterattack. They only have to execute it correctly. Royce drives at the backpedaling Fernando for as long as he can and just lays a nice little ball into the path of the on-rushing Haaland, and he's certainly not going to miss from there. Even on his weaker left foot, no way a finisher of his quality will pass up that sort of chance. It's easily slotted in underneath the sprawling Buono. It's into the left-hand side of the goal, and it's in for Dortmund's third, Haaland's second, and oh boy, this could end up being an absolute rout here for Dortmund in Portugal. They look like they can score with almost every single counterattack they have at the moment, and it is still only the end of the first half. There is so much potential for more goals, and I can imagine that Erling Haaland will be hunting that hat-trick in the second half. Here's Kunde. Jordan looking for a nice pass over to the overlapping Jesus Navas. He's going to cut it back. He gets some space, but can't get the cross away as it's deflected by the off-balance Rafael Guerrero. Here's a little clip ball towards the top of the 18-yard box. It will arrive at Papu Gomez. He'll have a strike that's deflected and calmly nodded back to hits by Rafael Guerrero. Well done there by the defender. You can see Erling Haaland urging his teammates up the field. There's a minute of stoppage time in both this match and the Juventus-Porto match. Haaland wants every second he can get to try to get this hat trick. This is a man always hungry for goals, and that is something you love to see out of your striker. Look at him pressuring Carlos here. Now sprinting over towards Kunde. Gets a little help from Sancho. 15 seconds remaining in this stoppage time as Porto have arrived at halftime with that 1-goal lead intact still over Juventus. Again, a mistake by Betancourt allowing Taremi in. to get that opening goal, and it will also end here in Portugal. Dortmund going into the break leading 3-1, goals from Dahoud and 2 from Holland to answer the opener from Sousa that took a very fortuitous deflection off the captain Mats Hummels, but will have a mountain to climb, Sevilla, if they want to remain in this match and really in this tie, because they already face a 2-goal deficit and the away goals in favor of Dortmund. All right, guys. I know I was messaging someone a lot during the half. I was a little bit distracted, and that distraction's turned into probably a little bit of work for me. So I think I need to stop streaming, unfortunately. It's pretty hype. This is a good game, but yeah, I'm just going to call it there, and we will return next week with more Champions League action, but yeah, I got some stuff to do. So do apologize. I am going to cut it a little bit short and early here, but do thank you anyone who did tune in. Hope you did enjoy the stream, and I will see you all next time. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful